Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, tonight I'm going to be talking about what is cherry picking to me. What is my definition of cherry picking? So, lately, a lot of people have been, on the fence about cherry picking, whether it's good or bad. And on both sides, it's very passionate. So, I feel like it can be a very touchy subject depending on who you talk to, because somebody might be very against it or very pro. But to me, in my opinion, cherry picking is a good thing. It's just to what extent. So, if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. But, anyways, my definition of cherry picking is, first of all, it's setting a minimum. So, what is the lowest pay you'll, work for? What is the lowest pay, and how many miles are you willing to go for that pay? That's definitely important because, you know, not even I don't think so, at least. Not even the people that don't like cherry picking, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this $3 order for 6 miles. Like, they're not even gonna do that. So you just need to set your minimum depending on your market, because every market is different. So you need to set your minimum, and then you have to figure out how many miles you're willing to go for that minimum too. So you have to account for dead miles. You have to account for what time it is. You have to account for, how far you're gonna go to, or it's apartments, or is it houses, or is it businesses. So you have to be sure. You have to research of where you want to set a minimum at, and then how many miles. Like I said, that's very important in my opinion, because you just can't be taking everything blindly. But anyways, so the second thing about cherry picking to me is it's the thing to work smarter and not harder. So I talked about this in my last video about just working smarter than harder. Like, you have to know, like, your area. You have to know what's worth it to you. The time of day. If it's rush hour, you have to know you're only gonna be, doing 2 or 3 deliveries every hour. Or if it's a very slow night, you have to be able to say, okay, well, I'm gonna take this amount because it is slow and there's no traffic. So you just have to work really smart when it comes to that, and efficiently. You have to know what's worth it to you, and that's why I always like multi-apping. Multi-apping is very important when it comes to just working smarter, because you're not set to you're basically not limiting yourself to the opportunities you can have, because let's say you're only doing Uber. If they're just giving you $4 orders, $3 orders, and you have to go 4 or 5 miles, that's not worth it. Like, you can have one of the most efficient cars ever. At the end of the day, you're not gonna be making much on the bottom line, because first it's the time, then it's the miles wear and tear, and then it's just not worth it. Remember, you have to account for gas then. So you have to just work smarter and not too hard. Because I'm not saying I don't work hard, because I definitely do, and I'm very nice to my customers, and I will give them excellent service. But you just have to work smarter when it comes to accepting these apps. Remember, we're independent contractors, not employees. So the third thing about, for me, what cherry picking is you have to know what places you'll deliver to and not to. So for me, for an example, I generally don't like going to apartments for the most part. First, there's no parking anywhere. Second, it can be hard to find them sometimes. Third, if they don't give you the information to get in the gate or the code, then you have to call them up, and that can hold you up, and that can take a few extra minutes. And then a few extra minutes might not seem like a lot, but at the end of the day, if you're spending 5 or 6 more minutes on this delivery, if you're doing DoorDash or Grubhub, you could add, especially on DoorDash, you could add maybe 4 or 6 offers already, that much, depending on your market. But for me personally, I really don't like going to apartments for the most part, unless it's a very good payout. But for the most part, I will avoid it. I mostly like going to residentials. I like going to houses. Those are easier, less of a chance to get a ticket, and they're, for the most part, faster. Houses are very easy to find, because, especially during the daytime, because if you know the house number, then you can just go look at it, and then you'll find it. Sometimes with apartments, you'll find it, You have to get out of your car. You have to park if there's parking. You have to hurry up if there's no parking. You have to go to their door and everything. So it can just be a little bit more time consuming. So just to me personally, I don't like, for the most part, going to apartments unless they're very easy to read. But yeah, just know where you want to deliver to. Like if it's businesses or if it's, you just have to know your area. If your area is going to be very busy, or if you know there's no parking at certain places where you deliver to, then don't do it. Or if the restaurants are too slow at this time because they're so packed, you have to know that too. So you just have to work really, you just have to, it's kind of like a try and learn thing. You have to know, well, not, you don't have to know. You're going to have to experiment and then see which restaurants are fast, which ones are slow, or which ones get really busy at what time, so you can work more efficiently, or, it makes you not take it or take it from that restaurant. So the next thing about cherry picking to me is just taking care of yourself first and then the company second. So I feel like a lot of people in groups, in like DoorDash groups or Grubhub groups, mostly DoorDash groups to be honest with you, I feel like they stand up for DoorDash a lot, which is fine. That's their own opinion. They're entitled to do whatever they want. But most of the time, these companies don't really care about you. First, they care about themselves. Second, they care about their customers, because customers can be hard to replace. And then they're going to care about you because they're not going to stress about losing a couple drivers, because they can just hire more for the most part. So, and when it comes to that, they're not looking out for you, to be honest. So you have to look out for yourself first. And that's why cherry picking is very good to do, especially with multi-app. And like I said, you need to multi-app to cherry pick efficiently, in my opinion, because most of the apps will cap you at a certain amount depending on your market. It's happened to me before. So to not, basically cap yourself, you need to expand those caps. So let's say if DoorDash caps you at $100 and you're maybe at 110, then maybe you're not going to get an order for another 15-20 minutes. But if you have your Grubhub app open, then you might, get a $10 order, $15 or $8 order, whatever it is, but you'll stay busy because they haven't capped you if you haven't got to, whatever the goal is or whatever they feel like they're going to cap you at. So they might be giving you pretty good offers, and you can work that and just wait until DoorDash or whichever apps give you more offers or better offers. So I feel like I said, multi-apping is very important when it comes to cherry picking. You can cherry pick with one app, but in my opinion, the most efficient way is to do it with two apps. That's the way I make my money. That's the way I make good money, at least. And, some people, they're very happy doing just one app, and it'll pay them pretty good. But I feel like you limit yourself too much, and you just need to work, like I said, it goes back to working smarter and more efficiently. And you just have to have a mindset where, okay, I'm coming first. This is my goal. I want to do this. So in order for me to do this, I'm going to open this app, and I'm going to open this app, or I'm going to open this app. And once I know I'm going to get capped, I'm going to open this app. And it kind of just works that way where you don't have too much downtime, because downtime is bad. You don't want downtime. I'd rather be busy the whole day than have, let's say two orders and then have a 10-minute break. I'd rather just keep getting orders. Like, I want to stay busy. I want to make as much money as I can. I want to reach my goal. I want to reach what my ultimate goals. Like, just not my daily goals. I want to reach my ultimate goals. So if I'm making more money, it's going to accelerate that or help me get to that point very much faster. But cherry picking is not a bad thing, in my opinion. Some people will see it as a bad thing, but I definitely don't. I have opened as much as 4 apps at the same time, and I'm not afraid to do it again if 1 or 2 of them are slow. I will open as many apps as I can if it means I'm going to stay busy, but it has to be worth it when it comes to the dollar amount and the miles. To be honest, I'm not going to work for a low wage or, less than a minimum, and then I got to worry about how much gas or electricity I got to put in my car, and then my wear and tear, eventually is going to come. So to me, it's just really cherry picking is the way to go if your market allows it to. Some markets, they only have one and maybe two apps that work really well. So not every market is the same. But if you have the opportunity to cherry pick, I highly suggest you do it. It's more efficient, more money, and you don't cap yourself. And you don't stay to just one person or one company. I'm sorry. Like, don't be loyal to one company. It's not ever going to be beneficial to you. These companies can dump you at any time, so there is no reason to be loyal to them. You have to look out for yourself first. That's the most important thing. If you guys get anything out of this, that's the most important thing. Look out for yourself first and work smarter and cherry pick. Cherry pick. Don't worry about anybody else. They can do whatever they want, but cherry pick. If you really want to maximize your earnings, cherry pick. Trust me, you guys. It works. It really does. But anyways, thank you guys, and hope you guys enjoy your night.